Hello family, welcome to another video with me, Cynthia, Unapologetically Cynthia. I want to say to my new subscribers, thank you for subscribing to my channel, and to all my old family, thank you for staying with me, and for every time you watch my video, I appreciate it. For every time that you share, I appreciate you doing all of that, liking my videos and just hanging in there with me. So I'm not going to say how long this is going to be. It could be a little lengthy, but not too much. But I feel it was time to do this video. And by the topic, I know that you know what this video is about. How does it feel to be a new content creator, influencer, just being new in these YouTube streets? So let me first say that initially, when I started this platform, it took me a minute to start. It was almost like, God knew I wanted to do it, but it was birthed. Maybe almost a year ago, and this is how I landed. I always wanted to do it, but I would ask people to do it with me. When I said people, not people out in the street, but people that were close to me. It was only two, a guy that I used to date and my daughter. So it was just the two people. Three, one of my old colleagues, so three. However, I didn't know along the way that I was going to be doing it, whether they did it with me or not. And here I am. So I want to say, as a new content creator / influencer, it can get trying. Or shall I say, it was trying, heavy on the was. And let me explain that. As I watched YouTube for years, there are different people that I watched. There were different videos that I watched. There were random, and that's how I spent most of my days. And I'm like, they make it look so easy. And they do. And it looks easy. But now that I'm in it, it can be easy, or it can be hard, or it can be in between, I should say. What makes my platform so much more meaningful today, not saying that it wasn't meaningful back then, what makes my platform so meaningful to me is the fact that I can reach one person. If I can reach one person, and that may be a cliche term, but I'm telling you, it hit me so hard. Maybe 2 weeks ago, when I did a video, I'll tell you more about it in just a second. You know how we look at the numbers, whether it's content creating or just life in general. We look at the numbers and we think the more numbers, or the higher the number, the better the product, the better the image, the better the merchandise, the better everything. And it's not always like that. It's just not. I want to create the kind of video that can reach that person. I want to create the kind of video that can make a difference in somebody's life. That means more to me than anything. Yeah, a person can go viral. And I don't knock videos that go viral. I want to create the video that can be viral in somebody's heart. That's what I want to do. That's what I want this platform to be. I want it to reach whoever it needs to reach. I want whoever it reaches to be able to live life in that moment, or moving forward just by a video that I create. That is my goal. And let me tell you, being a new content creator is not easy. Initially, when you don't see those numbers rise, when you don't see anybody subscribing after you've posted maybe 10 videos. You know how it go. If some of you content creators are watching, you know how it go. It can get extremely difficult. But you got to know why you started what you started. If you started it for the money, if you started it for the numbers, that was the wrong reason. That was the wrong reason. It was simply the wrong reason. You got to know your why. Did I want to see those numbers grow when I started? I absolutely did, because I felt like that's how it was supposed to go. I felt like that if those numbers got higher, then it will make your content more popular. But let me tell you what's popular to me. God is popular to me. God is on the inside of me. And for whatever I create, for me, it's popular, because I'm talking about who I love, who looks out for me, who protects me, and you too. So the popularity, it doesn't mean a thing. It doesn't mean a thing. You already know. I posted a video about 2 weeks ago, and let me explain to you why the numbers no longer mean anything to me, as long as there is somebody that video reached. And when I read the response, I wasn't shocked, but in that moment, it was like God speaking back to me as I'm speaking through to someone else. The video that I posted and the response that I got, let me put my specs on. You know, when you reach a certain age, everybody might not know this. You're going to need some reading glasses. I got 3 pairs. This is just one of them. Hold on. Okay, the response that I got back from a young lady, I'm not going to call her name, but if you're watching me, I just want you to know that you may not think that you're not worth anything. You may think that your value is low. You may think that you don't matter, and you do. Because the same way my video reached you and allowed God to speak through me to you, vice versa, he did the same thing for me through you. So don't get it twisted. But this is what the message said. This was very well said and written. It brought tears to my eyes. Thank you for allowing God to speak through you for me, sis. May God bless every fiber of your life and those who have the blessing to know you. I love you, sis. When I got to the part that said, I love you, sis, I knew that wasn't nobody but God. I knew it was God. What I mean is, I want to be meaningful. I want my videos to be meaningful. They may not be for everybody, because every platform is different. This just so happens to be mine. There are times in life where I know that people think that they don't have value. They're not worth anything to anybody because of the way society makes everything seems like it's supposed to be set in stone, you know? And that's the furthest from the truth. I pray that whoever is watching this video, I pray that God allows you to see and know your worth in this world. You don't have to belong to a clique. You don't have to belong to a group. You don't have to, how can I say this without it sounding so, you don't have to belong to people. The only person that you need to belong to is God, and then yourself. Everything else will fall into place. So many people spend a lot of their time and most of their days and the majority of their life trying to belong and try to fit in. And that is the reason why you don't, because you were not supposed to fit in. You're not meant to fit in. Because when God got something for you to do and everything seems like it keeps collapsing like a domino effect, that should be your discernment, letting you know that what you're doing is not what you're supposed to be doing. if you are looking for a more fulfilled life. When I've never been the type to try to fit in. But what I have done is I've been in some relationships that I had no business being in. Well, most of them. Giving myself to people that didn't deserve me. Yeah, that. Now I've done that. But I'm gonna be the first to tell you, if you feel like that I'm gonna run you down to be in your life, or I'm going to look for your acceptance to be in your life. If you can't accept me for who I am, you know, go ahead. I've had people say things to me, thinking it was funny, but it wasn't funny to me. They said it in a way that they meant it, but they made it seem like they were joking about it. Prime example, I was dating this guy, which was my last relationship. And I had an associate. I'm not even going to call her a friend, especially not now today, because I know that she wasn't a real friend. She said, you dating him? I thought you was all about God. I thought you was... And I still am. To this very day, I still am. That's what people will say to you when you know the real them, right? I used to get poked at, and when I said poked at, people used to like try to low-key pick when they know that you are about God and your conversations are going to be about God. My family for a long time, and if they're watching this video, I understand now, because at first it hurt. It used to hurt me, but I never made it a point to reach out and say anything, because I already knew. I learned what it was. I knew what was going on. There were times where I didn't get invited to cookouts or gatherings because they felt like, because of who I was or what I stood for, that I didn't belong there. But I feel like this was my family, so why would you single me out because of who I am? I'm still that same person to this day. I'm that same person. But as time progressed, God worked on me and he worked through me. My family didn't invite me to certain things because it was a level of respect. And today I accept it, I had to get there. It was not easy. It was not easy. I'm like, how they gonna have this or have that and not even say anything to me? Or I find out days later that they've had this event but didn't invite me. That was hurtful. And still to this day, I'm still in a space where, just like Thanksgiving, my niece is hosting Thanksgiving at her house. And I'm going to tell you, the enemy has really been trying me about that, about Thanksgiving, because he keeps putting, wanting to put in my spirit, well, they didn't invite you to certain other things. You shouldn't even go. Stuff like that. And I'm constantly fighting him off, because that was then and this is now. When you know what God has called you to do, you have to keep the devil under your feet, because he gonna keep showing up, because that's his job. He show up. He'll show up and show out and go ahead on about his business. That's why you have to stand strong and keep them under your feet and do what God will want you to do. Just because that happened in the past doesn't mean that. And in my family, when we get together, oh my God, Sometimes I'm afraid to go because I know when I leave, my head is going to be pounding because we've laughed and had fun the whole time. You know, the devil likes division. He doesn't like togetherness. He don't want families to be together, period. But we have so much fun when we're together. And I guess that's why it hurt so much when they did invite me to certain things, you know. But yeah, he's been on me about Thanksgiving, um, that I shouldn't go or we shouldn't show up, but we are going. God willing, we're going. And we're gonna have a good time. And I'm gonna bring you guys with me. You're gonna meet some of the people in my family. These are the close people. This is my immediate family. And you know why is it that the people that can hurt you the most is your family? And Lord knows when they finally see this video, they're gonna know it's true. They're gonna know it's true, and they're gonna know that I know that in the past that's what that was. I was, give me a second. This is my friend Max in this cup. Max, yeah, Max. Me and Max got a thing going on. Um, but yeah, family, right? I love my family. And I always wanted my family to be good. I didn't want them to hurt. I didn't want them to go through anything. And I felt like if I could do anything to keep them from hurting or going through, I wanted to do that. I wanted to be that. But then at one point in my life, because I kept trying to be that, I kept trying to do that, God removed me. He let me know if you keep trying to do things for them or keep trying to step in my way, how can I do anything for them? How can they learn me if you keep stepping in my way? So let me move you, daughter. Let me move you out the way so they can get what they need from me like you're getting what you need from me. Just as plain as day. Just as plain as day. And like I said, this is what happens when you have a relationship with God. He will talk back to you just like I'm talking to you through this video. You just got to have the relationship. And if you don't, oh man, and I hate to say it, look, you can pray all day. You can pray every day. You can do a lot of things. You can go to church. Church is just a building. You can be out here in the world helping people, doing what you need to do to help people and help build the kingdom of God. But you have to include that relationship with him. This morning when I was today is Friday, and it's the kids' weekend away, and after they left, I was sitting here and I was meditating and I was reading my Bible. And sometimes when we finish doing what we do, we want to turn on the TV or we want to pick up the phone and do whatever we do with it. Check our emails or check to see if we have any messages or whatever. I left the TV off. I left the TV off and the whole house was quiet. No distractions. None. And this is the way that you hear from God. This is how you allow for him to enter into your spirit. If you're not equipped, it's hard for you to hear. So we have to take the initiative to turn off those distractions. Even if this means people, what is it gonna hurt? What is it gonna hurt? It's only gonna help the process of your relationship with God. Let me tell you, and I can get so excited and I can get so hyped up about it, and I'm not going to apologize for it. When I have heard from God, When he has dropped those nuggets in my spirit, I get so excited. I just want to tell somebody. I want to tell somebody. I want to let somebody know what he said to me. I want to let somebody know what he did for me. I want to let somebody know what he did through me. I want to let somebody know how he blessed my family, how he kept my family safe, how he protected my family, and he's still doing it. I want to let somebody know these things because in that process and in that moment, I want you to feel the same way. If I can feel like that about my family, my blood family, I want to feel the same way about you. So I come here and I give it to you. I can choose to do other things, but I know that this is what God wants me to do. And because he's done those things for me, I want to reach family on this platform. I want to reach families on another platform. I want to reach families however I can. Because God has been way too good to me. Way too good. And I'm going to tell you something else. You know how we are waiting for blessings? We're waiting on God to bless us with things that we've prayed for. And I'm still waiting on other things that I've prayed for. But I can honestly say this right here. Because he's been so good to me in my life. If he doesn't do not another thing for me, he's done enough. He has truly done enough. He has. And I'm so grateful for this platform. I got 211 subscribers. And I want to come to this flat platform each time, even if I'm doing a car chat, or I'm sitting in the car, or if I'm out, or we're at the mall, or if we're out shopping. I don't care what it is I'm doing. I hope that somebody can feel the love. Somebody can feel happy through me being silly or something that I've said. I don't care how it comes about. As long as it's coming from a safe space. Sometimes I get hyped up about what I'm saying and it may sound a little hard. And sometimes you have to, because you can't always bottle feed people. Babies are bottle fed. Sometimes you have to hear it hard, but it's coming from a safe space. My daughter is 25 years old, and sometimes when she comes to me and she want to talk and we'll conversate, she doesn't always like what I say because I guess she thinks because she's my daughter, I'm supposed to sugarcoat it. But come on, you're 25. You've been knowing me all your life. I don't sugarcoat anything. That's not God. That is not what he wants me to do. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to make you feel like because you're my daughter, I have to have a certain perimeter around you. No, I can't do that. No, I'm not doing it. But I want to say to you, before I end this vlog, get up off that gift that God has given you. Get up off of it. The gift that he gave you is for the people out here in the world. You're going to find your tribe just like everybody else. But you cannot sit on the gift that God has, that he's gifted you with. You cannot do that. When you're gifted and when you're blessed, that's when you share with others that will allow you to share with them. I pray that God gives you discernment so you'll know what to do in certain moments, that you'll know what to say in certain moments. You'll know what to feel in certain moments. You'll know what to expect in certain moments. You'll know who to let in certain moments. You'll know who to push out in certain moments. I pray for that for you. Family, I love you. And I'm going to say this again. Get off of that gift. Pray and ask God to allow you to, day by day, give to others what he has given to you. Give what you've learned. Give what, even what has hurt you, does not belong to you. It belongs to people. I'm here to tell you, it belongs to people. I love you, family. I love you. And may the blessings of the Lord be with you. I'll see you in the next video. Okay? Don't forget to like this video. It helps with the algorithm. Comment down below. Share this video. Turn on your post notification bell so that when I post a video, you won't miss it. You'll be notified. I love you, family. Family, why for y'all didn't tell me I didn't have on but one earring while I was doing that video? I look at them like, now something is missing. I only had on one earring. But I got them on both now, and that don't mean not a thing. But it was funny. I was like, let me let my family know that I wasn't tripping. I love y'all. Family, so as I was about to get up from this session, I'm putting my books up and I'm about to get up. So I grabbed my stuff to put back on the table, to place it, where I needed to be, because, I'm a neat freak. So I need everything in its place. So as I grabbed my Bible, it opened to this area. And I was like, well, let me just look at this little passage to see what it's saying, And upon me reading it, it spoke to the video that I just made. And I have to include it in this video. This is exactly what I mean. Having a relationship with God. Discernment. Let me read it to you. This book opened up to, when I picked it up, it just opened. Nahum. The prophet Nahum is the prophet who was given a message from God through a vision about God's anger against the city of Nineveh, and God's plan to bring judgment upon the people for their sins. The book of the vision of Nahum the Elkoshite. God speaks to his people in many different ways, and we should never expect that he can speak to us in just one way. He will speak to us through dreams, visions, whispers, discipline, and even through illness and troubled times. Our focus should be on hearing his voice, not on the circumstance through which he speaks. Listening when the Spirit calls is the only way to recognize his voice. Develop your listening ear. Be sure that you are not talking more to him than you are listening to him.